Here's a landlord that posted that they have 6 rental homes. They're very good tenants that this landlord has. That landlord hasn't raised the rent in 5 years. I commend them for that. Hi, my name is Rob Wells. I'm the Landlord Boy on TikTok and YouTube. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to our videos. Now, we run into landlords a lot that have a lot of rentals. They're paid off. They don't want to try to like nickel and dime everyone, for every cent that they could possibly get. And I commend landlords for doing that. However, one thing that these landlords need to be aware about is if they don't raise their rent at least incrementally, they may have issues selling their properties, particularly if these are income producing properties like apartment buildings and so forth. I've had colleagues and landlords that have come to me and told me that entire deals have fallen apart, or the landlord has had to significantly reduce the sale price of their property to factor for the ultra low rents. The one trap that these landlords run into if they are subject to the Tenants Protection Act of 2019 is the law only allows you to raise the rent 5% plus the change in CPI. In other words, a landlord may be stuck with ultra low rents, and any successor owner may be stuck trying to raise the rent to market rent and may not be able to do so for quite some time. Okay, a lot of investors might shy away from properties that have ultra low rents because of the inability to raise the rents up to market rate or to a rate that actually makes sense in this investment environment. Okay, with interest rates kind of being a little bit higher than they were traditionally 5-10 years ago, and with inflation, with increased insurance premiums and property taxes and other expenses that hit a landlord's bottom line, ultra low rents may not actually be able to pay a successor landlord's expenses, which makes the property bleed money, and that might not be a good investment. And these landlords, either to make the numbers work, are going to demand that the seller reduce the price, or they're going to walk away from the deal because it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't check out on paper. So that is the problem of good landlords not raising the rents. Okay, as they say, no good deed goes unpunished. I don't like this about the Tenants Protection Act at all. And in fact, that they should make amendments to it that for landlords that don't raise the rent, that there is a mechanism to raise the rent higher than the permitted 5% plus the change in CPI. But under the Tenants Protection Act of 2019, there is no such thing as banking these rental increases. Like in some of local municipalities, they allow landlords to save up the rental increases up to a certain amount and apply them on a different date. So take it for what it's worth. Is it right? I don't think so. But however, the reality of it is the good landlords that are trying to do the right thing may end up getting punished if they ever need to sell the property. So take it for what it's worth. Landlords, if you are contemplating raising your rents, or you have questions about how you don't, if you want to get a consult about how to avoid this situation where you may be stuck with ultra low rents, that type of deal, and you're in the Northern California area, feel free to reach out. We might be able to help out. You can hit our profile down below. It'll go to our website and it'll book you for a free case review. A couple of questions will be asked on the website to see if we're a good fit or not. But put your comments, questions down below. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. Until next time, folks, I'll talk to you then. Thanks.